Hi everyone, hope you're all well. Welcome to My Way Tarot. This is going to be a bonus love reading for the sign of Sagittarius, okay? For July, for 2021. This can resonate with your Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus sign. If the reading resonates, then that's great, even if parts of it do. If the reading doesn't resonate, it's simply not your message. So I've decided to do bonus readings for general and for love for the top 3 signs. Where there's the most interaction to do with the channel, comments, subscriptions, the watch time, that type of thing, and just kind of see comments and things. So the most type of involvement with the channel. So I've decided to do that per month as well. Okay, so I'm just shuffling with the Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue. And we'll get straight into the reading. So what can we get for Saggies, please, for July as a bonus read? Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus sign. What can we get for Sagittarius, please? For love. What can you tell us for love, please? Thank you. Finances and career. Interesting. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So this is interesting because it kind of came out sideways. And it's interesting because when you have this upright, this would say like they are a factor in your love life. And I would say that if it was reversed, then they're no longer a factor. But it came out kind of sideways. So it's like there could potentially be a block for you in relation to your finances right now. So that could be an indicator of your love life if it's not moving forward in a particular way or in a particular manner. We have religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path of what we don't see. Okay. So potentially your love life is not moving forward right now because of your spiritual path. Maybe there's particular, like you're maybe feeling like you've got a block in relation to your finances, or you can't move forward in love. Maybe it's like you're kind of having to focus on your spiritual path rather than having extra money to kind of go out and date. Maybe that's potentially something, but obviously we'll put more cards on the table and we'll see into the proper messages. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Bottom of the deck we have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. I'm going to take a few more before we go into these properly. Okay, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. New love. A new person has romantic feelings. Okay, one more. Wow, soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Goodness. And release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Okay, what we don't see. I hope that you guys can see the cards all right. What I'm really feeling here is that your finances may not necessarily be in the place where you want them to be right now. It's like there's not necessarily, it's not completely impacting your finances in the sense of, okay, you know, I don't have anything, I'm completely broke and I'm unemployed and, you know, I'm on benefits type thing. But I'm feeling that very much that there could be an issue where you feel like maybe I don't necessarily want to put the extra money in relation to going out for dates, because obviously dating can be quite expensive. And it's like you may feel like potentially you want to go out and you want to date or have fun and it is safe for you to love, but then at the same time, because you could have new love coming in and they could potentially be a soulmate, but it's like in relation to the finances, it's like there's kind of a block, maybe making an excuse that you can't necessarily go out with anyone because of the potential financial aspects. And rather than saying that to someone, or saying that to people that you're talking to, that you may have relative like difficulties in relation to your finances, maybe you're saying that, oh, due to, you know, cultural reasons or a religious upbringing that I've got, or I'm on a particular path right now, that you may use that as the reason. That could be potentially the reason. So you may kind of like superficially say that finances are what is the reason as to why you are not able to move yourself forward the way that you want to right now, but there could be like a deeper underlying reason as to why you may not be moving forward the way that you want to in relation to love. I'm getting potentially there may have been a period of time that if there had been a previous soulmate, or there had been an ex relationship, you may be feeling that actually that is affecting you so much more than you may have given it credit for. Like, this could have been an ex relationship from, you know, a few months back, a year ago, a few years ago even, and, you know, maybe you don't even realize that you've had this particular hold on an old situation, and it could be potentially blocking in new love coming in for you, because you have new love coming in. But I'm really feeling like maybe you haven't necessarily healed as of yet, or you haven't released the ex, released the past, because it's affecting how you're having, you know, present moments in relation to new love. Like, it is safe for you to love and have a particular soulmate come in because they want to have a chance with you. So maybe you're kind of putting this block on yourself by just saying, oh, well, actually it's just finances. Finances is the only reason why I can't go out and do this or date other people, or I can't meet up with this particular someone that I'm thinking of. But actually the deeper underlying issue or situation is, or could be, is that there may have been some unresolved kind of healing that hasn't occurred as of yet. Like, the energy hasn't been cleared properly for new to come in. And this in turn, it's like you maybe haven't forgiven someone, or maybe even feel like you haven't been able to forgive yourself because of particular situations that may have played out previously. And maybe you have felt like, oh, well, it's not safe for me to love. You know, how can I have new love coming in for me? Like, or maybe if I put myself out there, am I just going to keep on getting, you know, I'm getting it twisted. Like, am I going to keep on getting twisted and turned or either manipulated in a particular way in a particular relationship? Am I not necessarily going to be able to move on in the way that I want to forward, like compared to previously? And, you know, it's like the divine is saying to you, like, we've got you. You can do this. You can heal yourself. You can move yourself forward. You need to change these particular, like, self-limiting beliefs about yourself when it comes to love, and allow yourself to clear the energy so that you can move on forward. So if soulmates come in, that they can come in, and potentially, you know, a soulmate or a karmic relationship or a karmic partner or what have you, they're all just kind of soul teachers to us. And maybe it's having that kind of recognition that this person came into your life for a particular reason, to teach you some sort of lesson when it comes to love, for you to learn about yourself. And maybe you might have necessarily learnt the lesson, but you might not necessarily cleared the energy as of yet to move things forward. There could be some sort of stagnancy or blockages in relation to your emotions, and therefore that could potentially be holding yourself back in relation to your confidence to move on forward and feel safe to love. Wow, that was a deep message, goodness me. Anyway, I feel like it's important that, you know, I start using the other cards. So we have the Island Time Wellness Love Oracle here. So I'm going to shuffle those and see what other extra messages that we can get. Because any person that comes into our life, or any experience, you know, they're all kind of life lessons, and it's all for a purpose of soul growth. And it's to allow like these particular people or situations and experiences to come into your life, and to not necessarily take it positive and negatively, just take it in an objective sense of understanding the bigger picture of why has this situation happened in my life? Why did it occur the way that it did? And it's having that recognition of going, okay, well, it's meant to teach me something here. What is it meant to teach me? And having that recognition of that lesson, learning the lesson, and then realizing, okay, I've got it now. So it's just then about taking the time to nurture yourself and nurse yourself back to health, to good health, and then eventually clearing the energy so you're not kind of holding on to it. That it gets a point where you can go, okay, I can let go of it now. It's like saying, you know, it's like saying, you're kind of saying, well, you know, thank you for giving what I need to, giving me what it is that I need to learn, and now I can let go of it peacefully. And you're gaining this clarity and truth. You're having this revelation. Wow, I've just saw that. The sword and the rose, clarity, truth. You're having this revelation that you can give yourself the power to move yourself forward. Like, you are protected here. You know, you can honor yourself. You are protected, divinely protected here. You know, we've got these beautiful angels here in these cards. It's like you are looked after. Wow. And then just shuffled the cards, and it's cassette, outdated thinking. You may have been worried about events that are going to replay over and over again, but it's having that kind of knowledge of knowing, okay, well, I can change these particular situations about my life, and especially when it comes to love, and I need to change these certain beliefs that just because what happened previously doesn't mean that it will necessarily happen again. So it's about changing the self. Oh my gosh. So yeah, focusing on self-work, time to heal, shadow work, and self-appreciation, and then allowing yourself to move on, receiving what you need, and getting the closure that is necessary for you to move on. Wow, that is incredible. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's get in some extra cards now. Right, so what can we get for Sagittarius, please, for July? What extra messages can you get for us, please, for this reading? Thank you. Heart with a key. Welcoming love, meeting the one, opening up your heart, getting together, and perfect. Phoenix, what you don't see. New phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, and change mind. So yes, you can have new love coming in, and it landed here on like give your relationship a chance. So it's like forgiving what's happened of the past, and the forgiveness isn't necessarily for someone else. It's more in a sense it's for yourself. It's like giving yourself that own closure, even if you didn't necessarily receive it from someone else, and then therefore you're taking on yourself to transform, and you're renewing yourself and having this understanding of, actually, I am deserving of having love, and I am deserving of opening up my heart, feeling safe, that I can allow new soulmates to come into my life, and not just kind of make excuses that potentially it could be for material reasons why I'm not putting myself out there. Because then, in a sense, you'd be like self-sabotaging yourself to then be able to move on forward in relation to love. Wow. Gosh. Goodness me. What else can we get for Sagittarius? Cassette. Outdated thinking, contemplating, replaying events. Yeah, and then that self-indulgence card. Again, focusing on yourself. That's it. It is safe for you to love. If you're working on yourself, new love can come in for you. And what you don't see is you would transform. You, by doing this, having this kind of new approach, and adjusting these kind of subconscious beliefs that you may have had about love, doing the shadow work, taking the time that you need, is on the undercurrent of what you don't see, is that this time being put in is going to allow you to have this brand new fire in your belly about love. And you know, you're a fire sign, and it's going to allow you to feel so much more excited again, and you're going to be ready to kind of put yourself out there and, you know, be more open to the idea of adapting and changing and being more flexible when it comes to opening your heart and receiving love, as much as well as giving love as well. Wow, goodness me. Okay, what else can we get for Sagittarius, please? heartbroken and coffee cup, and it kind of came out sideways. So there's potentially a block here, and it landed it's safe for you to love and soulmate. So if I turned it sideways, there are blocks here. It's like you have been incredibly hurt in previous relationship, this particular situation. It's like you're holding on to this hurt from a breakup from previously. Like, you may not even necessarily realize that you may be holding yourself back in a particular way, because we have the release the ex here. Like, you might have released this person a really long time ago and thought, well, why isn't new love coming into my life? Or if new love is coming into your life, you may be feeling like, oh, well, it's just going to be the same as what has happened previously. So if any invitation was going to come towards you about going out for a cup of coffee or meeting up on a date or kind of allowing yourself to move on forward, there's a particular delay in relation to that happening, because there could be some sort of, you may be receiving some sort of sign, or even potentially this reading to say that you may not necessarily be in the space that you want to. It's because you're still feeling heartbroken from another situation. So therefore, what we're going to do is we're going to put some sort of blocks in the way so that you can't go out and meet particularly for a coffee or go out on a date. And that could be like, oh, well, I can't go out because of my finances right now. You may feel like, oh, I can't even really properly afford a cup of coffee or a date or what have you. Wow, I'm getting that strongly. Bottom of the deck, we have not enough. Frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear and ego issues and jealousy. I mean, I said this earlier to do with the confidence thing and self-sabotaging, feeling frustrated, like, but you will ascend out of that once you heal your heart. What we don't see is, like, you will eventually, when you take the time to work on yourself, you will transform that this particular mindset that you may have had in relation to not feeling good enough to love. You will be able to transcend those obstacles. You will be able to learn from these particular experiences that you've had and heal your heart. And then potentially, I like you, with new love coming in. Someone wants to go out with you, want to date, want to put yourself out there, and they want to kind of see you and have equal give and take with you. But potentially you may not necessarily believe that somebody wants to do this. You may not believe that somebody wants to be, you know, out there and telling you that they like you, that they're going to be like every other person, or they're going to be like the ex, and that they're just going to hurt you and you're going to have to look over your shoulder. But you're getting that, putting that behind you. You're transforming yourself and healing the inner child to grow, to allow yourself to move on forward in relation to love. Goodness me, wow, some strong messages here, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a few tarot cards with the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. As I said before, if the reading resonates, then that's great. If it doesn't, there's simply no message, but there could be parts of the reading that do resonate. This reading in particular is not necessarily about what your person is thinking or how they feel about you, etc. This is very much more like, in a sense, about what's going on with you, and feeling that very strongly, like, you know, what's going on for you in relation to love. And it's not necessarily like, this is a timeless read, even though it's a bonus for July. It can resonate any time that you come across this reading, to be honest. So what can we get for Sagittarius, please? For Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus sign here for love, please. Sagittarius, what can you tell us for Sagittarius? Oh gosh. Two of Wands, Nine of Wands in reverse, and the Death card. So Scorpio energy and fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. So you're just feeling absolutely exhausted. You're feeling absolutely exhausted when it comes to love. And you're just feeling, oh, is it every relationship going to just make me feel tired? You know, but you are transforming that. You're not going to feel so tired anymore, and you will eventually be able to move on forward. I'm really feeling the sense that there has been a lot of defensiveness in relation to when it comes to love. Like, you may be putting another block in the way, just saying, oh, okay, well, I don't know if I feel like it or not. you know, I've had these particular other experiences in my life, they're just going to be the same. So it's like cutting it off, you know, cutting it off before it's even started type thing. Yeah, there are other people, new love, wanting to come into your life, or people that want to date you, people that want to see you and for you to have fun, but you may just feel like, oh, I'm just gonna cut them off. And so it's like, okay, yeah, potentially you may be feeling, oh, well, other people, if they're just coming into my life back and forward, you know, is it just going to be for a good time? So you have it feeling relatively defensive, and that's exactly what I was saying just now, as there's this particular defensive energy that you may be feeling. And it's like, you will be able to move on forward confidently. There are people wanting to come in, of what you don't see, and they are going to be a lot more truthful with you, because this card, like when it comes upright, that is like lie, deceit, you know, people just strategizing, trying to come in. But when it comes in reverse, it's like somebody is like having this kind of newer approach. It's like they are going to be like people, they are going to have cleaner kind of intentions than you are giving them potentially credit for, because you may feel like they're trying to trick you in a particular way. But I feel like this kind of mindset is going to stop, or it will stop soon. So what else can you tell us, please? For I feel like that's why you may feel like you've been in separation. If you've been in separation from someone that you're thinking of, because there's still some sort of these resignation, these particular thoughts that are still kind of around you right now, which are affecting your behaviors, which are then affecting how things are kind of manifesting for you. And it's like maybe you're kind of not necessarily seeing any of this happen, or been able to connect the dots as of yet, and feeling emotionally unsatisfied that things are not moving forward the way that you want to. But what else can we get for Sagittarius, please? Wow. What have we got here? Was that another card? Eight of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so you're emotionally like checked out from certain situations. Maybe you feel like previously you may have been ghosted by someone, or a certain situation, and things aren't necessarily worked out. Like, so you may be feeling like, oh, if I just start with something small. Or maybe somebody wants to come in towards you and they have a lot of feelings towards you, but they know that they need to start off small, because you've had difficulties with emotions and particular like obstacles when it's come to love. But look, you've got options and things are going to be really great for you. You've got two kings here. You could be dealing with a fire sign, a Leo, or a water sign here, or maybe even an earth sign, Scorpio. Like, what you don't see is that people coming in, this new love, this soulmate, you know, you're going to have, you know, lots of people wanting to come in to show you how attracted they are to you. But then that's all when you've kind of healed the healing of the inner child, when you have grown, you know, done the shadow work and kind of taken the time to appreciate what it is that you have and what you've got to offer, because you do have a lot to offer. I'm going to take another card or two for Sagittarius, then close up the reading. So what else can you tell us for July for Sagittarius, please? For love. Yeah, you're potentially feeling very unbalanced right now when it comes to love, or maybe you feel like other people are just juggling you. You're not trusting other people and their intentions. Yeah, because you're feeling like they're just tricking you. I said this earlier. I said this literally just now. And so therefore your energy is very scattered and you're feeling relatively unbalanced. You know, maybe you are having difficulties with your finances right now, because we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. But I'm just feeling like you're just not feeling very motivated to move on forward with love, so maybe potentially making particular excuses about how you can't move on forward in love, when love is here and it is available for you and is coming in, but potentially there's this kind of this thought process of, well, not everyone has the purest of intentions, so why should I bother anyway? Wow, okay. And it's like changing that particular belief about yourself and about love and situations and traditional relationships, I'm getting. Goodness me. Okay. But you will be able to get through it. You will have the courage to be able to move on forward. Just take the time for yourself. You are transforming. I feel like you're in a really important transition stage in relation to your life and kind of checking out what your values are. Got twos here, so you could be seeing 222 a lot, or 22, because it's like you're wanting to make plans to move on forward, or other people are wanting to come forward and make plans to see you. But maybe you're feeling like, oh, well, I'm not necessarily in the place, I'm not feeling as balanced as yet, so maybe I shouldn't kind of let them in. I'm not in the perfect place right now, so kind of putting these particular roadblocks in front of yourself, going, oh, well, I'm not in the best balanced place right now, so maybe I could, you know, postpone it for another time and just kind of wait and let time and more time kind of go by, and then therefore you're kind of feel like you'll be missing out, because there is beautiful love coming in for you, but there's been these particular situations where it's like holding yourself back. But you need to forgive yourself, heal yourself, forgive other things that have happened the way that they have, because they've all kind of contributed for your highest good and for your soul growth. And especially when it comes to love, you will be able to move on forward. Like, work on that confidence. And I know that you've been stressing out. You've been stressing out about particular love coming in, or why isn't love coming in? But it will come in. But there are a few little nudges that you may have been kind of ignoring, that have been like, okay, well, maybe I don't feel as strong as I want to feel right now, so therefore I'm just going to make some other sort of excuse to prevent myself from moving forward. Wow, okay. I'm really sorry if this reading necessarily, if it triggers anybody, but the way that I see it is that healing isn't necessarily about getting someone to help fix someone, or it's helping guide someone so that they can take whatever guidance or advice and be able to translate it in the way that they best see fit, so that it can help benefit to them, to allow them to kind of awaken certain aspects of themselves that maybe they weren't necessarily seeing. So it's just really purely from an objective kind of perspective, rather than necessarily a subjective type of view. But anyway, before we go any deeper, I hope that the reading resonated, or even if parts of it did, please leave us a comment, like, share and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you again for being here. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you. Take care. Bye for now.